Hello, 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 global woman, wherever you are. Are you ready to take the microphone? Because today we are going to talk about the microphone. And everybody who is part of the global woman community, can you please let me know what does the microphone means? But before we get started, can you please let me know if you can hear me? Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure I'm in the right place. I want to make sure I'm speaking in the right group. Please give me a sign. Give me a sign. I am in the right place. I'm waiting for the team to send me a sign. I have learned from the past mistakes. I told you it happened once that I went to the wrong room, to the wrong group, and I was waiting for people to hear me and to show up. And it was incredible to realize that I ended up in the wrong room. Well, everything happens for a reason. So my team, please give me a sign. Give me a sign that I am in the right group and you are listening to me. Is anybody listening to me? Because I can't see the comments now, but I will definitely listen to all of your stories and your videos, and I will read all your comments and everything. Yes, you can hear me. Good evening from London. Good morning or good afternoon or wherever you are right now. Please tell me, what time is it there? Where are you right now? What time is it there? Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Or you don't need to know the time, because for entrepreneurs it's always the same time. There is not such weekend, there is not such holiday, because we can just make ourselves excited and enthusiastic anytime that we have a calling, every time that we feel that we have to stand up for something. Wonderful. So today we are going to talk about the microphone. I want to test. Do we have any global woman in the group right now? Do you know what is our mantra? What is the global woman mantra? What is it? If you want to empower a woman, what is it? Give women a microphone. This is it. It's such simple. Now, let me tell you, how did I get this? How did I came with this incredible idea, which really, really works? And many times I have shared this story. There was at the beginning when I had just started bringing women together in my office in Liverpool Street. I was hosting masterminds and breakfast meeting and bringing businesswomen together. And one of these meetings, there was one of the members at that time. We had just started, was not officially a club, was just like a gathering together to support each other, to brainstorm, to open up, because we heard that men used to do this for long time. Was read the book Think and Grow Rich. This is where I learned for first time that men come together and they talk business, but we never do that, because we never, as I said yesterday, we never thought how to solve problems. We're not preoccupied and engaged to come and give an opinion or to say something, because nobody listened to us. But anyway, we have come so far, and I got to know that there are some incredible meetings that men used to do, and women can do that too. So we were in our office in Liverpool Street, and one of the global women invited her friend. She comes and she realized that in order for her to be part of the group, she will have to come and introduce herself. So we'd give her a little microphone and we say, yes, my darling, it's your turn. Tell us who you are and what you do. Now, let's pretend that we are in the room, and I want to invite everybody right now to tell me in the chat who you are and what you do. If I would ask you in 5 seconds to tell me who you are and what you do, how would you introduce yourself? Put it into the chat. I am, for example, I would say, my name is Mirela and I lead the Global Woman Club. So just tell us, who are you? What do you lead? What do you inspire? What do you aspire? Is your calling? What is your talent? What is your superpower? Why you are here? What is your why? So tell us, put it into the chat. Why do you think you do what you do? Okay, so we invite this lovely lady. Her name is Dr. Seema, and she doesn't want to take the mic. And she's running away. I remember very well, I was already just finalizing the bits and pieces of everything that we are putting together in that meeting. And I noticed that she is leaving. And I ran after her. I said, Dr. Seema, where are you going? She said, no. She was sweating. And I will share a story of another member. She is actually a member right now. And she shared a story. We have been so inspired with her because the story keeps repeating itself. So she's sweating and she said, no, I can't do this. No way. And I said, well, you can't do what? I said, no, I'm not a speaker. I can't speak. I said, but have you tried before? Have you done public speaking before? I said, never in my life, ever. I can't do it. I said, well, how do you know? Maybe you can, but you didn't try. So somehow I did my magic. I sat down just a few minutes with her and I convinced her just to come and say hi. I said, it's not nice. Just come and say hi, 30 seconds. So I come back in the room and I say, ladies, Dr. Seema never spoke on stage before. How about we encourage her? Let's give her a big hand. This is how we do when we do our masterminds all around the world. When global women come on stage to introduce themselves, we encourage them. Yes, you can do it, even if they never done it before. So she came, said, just 30 seconds. So we give her a little mic and she starts and everybody is just watching. And we are absolutely fascinated when she started talking. And her friend is also filming her live in Facebook. And she keeps 30 seconds and 1 minute and 2 minutes and 3 minutes. And she's still speaking. And I had to go back. Oops, sorry, somebody was trying to call. And I had to go back and stay behind her and tell her, can you hear me, ladies? Somebody was trying to call. And tell her, Dr. Seema, your time is up. Please, give me the mic. Give me the mic. You had only 30 seconds. I didn't give you 7 minutes. And she kept on and on and on. And women were filming and photographing. And then I come in and I said, oh, so you are a public speaker then? She said, no, I never done this before. I am shocked. I didn't believe I can do it. So put it into the chat if somebody has a similar story. Just put it here, write it here. Have you ever experienced something like this with you or with one of your clients when you didn't know what you didn't know? You didn't know that you are capable of something, especially when it comes to public speaking. It's the biggest fear after death. Public speaking is the biggest fear that people have. And then what happened? We also, at the end, those who are members of the Global Women Club, they know, at the end, we also run a raffle. And in the raffle, women can win something. Like we yesterday, there were a few women who won something. And today, we'll have 3 other women to win something. And especially that day, Dr. Seema also won to be featured in the Global Woman magazine. And she got so excited. Now, not only that, everybody was complimenting her. Everybody was telling her how amazing she was. She was absolutely shocked with herself. She didn't know what she was coming to, she was signing for. And 2 months later, Dr. Seema comes back. We were having our own meeting. We were just about to finish everything. She came late. And I asked, I said, oh, here you are. Where have you been? And she said, oh, Mirela, you have no idea what you have done to my life. And I said, what happened? I said, you remember when you got me in front of your ladies? I said, yes. And you know, I didn't want to speak. And you put me on stage and you give me the mic and you said, yes, you can do it. Please put it into the chat if we have another Dr. Seema here, by the way. Because I have seen a lot of Dr. Seemas all around the world repeating the history. And I said, and then, yeah, of course I remember. I gave you 30 seconds and you got 7 minutes. It's like, if you want to empower a woman, push them to take a mic. They really don't want it. They don't want to take it. But then, once they get the mic, I am telling you, they do not give the mic back. We had another case recently. There was a lady, and Emma, who is our members, I call it my boss, and she's seeing this member has come, and she's 5 minutes, it's almost 6 minutes, and we're trying to get her mic, and Emma came to help me, and we were like, of course, we're having fun, and we're like fighting on the stage, in front of everybody. I said, you have to give me the mic back. I said, no. She said, I don't want to give the mic back. If anybody in this room is has been present, because that room was full of amazing members of Global Women, please put it into the comment. Yes, I've been there. And we were like really literally fighting to get the microphone out of her hand. Anyway, to go back to Dr. Seema. And I said, yes, Dr. Seema, how is life now? I said, my life is upside down now. I said, well, what happened? I said, you remember when I did all of that and my video went in internet and everybody has been watching it? Yes, her video went viral because everybody started sharing it. And she said, now something incredible has happened. I said, what? She said, my kids love me more. My husband respects me more. And I am invited to speak in 2 big conferences in Argentina and in Dubai. And they are both sponsored. And the magazine went in all over. The interview went in the magazine and it was shared everywhere. And I feel like I'm an influencer. I said, yes, you are. Because here's the thing. You work hard to get a diploma and you become a doctor or you become a lawyer or you become a teacher or you become a professor. You really work hard and you do another course and you do another training and you do another qualifications, but you just learning. But you wait until you are great to start sharing it, and you don't know how much you have accumulated for a long, long time until you come on stage and you start talking and you start receiving great feedback and you start receiving requests from people who really want to tap into your wisdom. They want to tap into your intelligence. And you say, really? You doubted yourself. You questioned yourself. You thought you're not ready. And suddenly, because somebody gives you a microphone and somebody gives you a stage and somebody gives you an audience, there are 3 big factors for you to feel a confident speaker: microphone, stage, and audience. And sometimes you start with 1 and then it becomes 2 and then you get all of that and then it gets extending all the time. Now, here is what I have realized. From the moment that women start recognizing the power that the microphone has, oh my God, they run after it like gold. But another thing that I have realized, because now this is becoming a big demand, it's so hard to get it. And in the Global Woman Club and everywhere I go, I see and meet 2 categories of women. And I want to see who is here in the room right now. One category of women are Dr. Seema's, who do not want to speak. And I still know quite a lot of women who do not want to speak. And at the beginning, I don't regret, but I think I did a mistake where I had just 1 level of membership. Everybody should come and speak. Everybody should get a microphone. Everybody should come on stage, because I felt like everybody's like me. I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know what to say. I was frozen many times. You could see my speech at the beginning. I'm telling you, it was a disaster. It was bad. I don't think it can be any worse. And because I remember myself at that time, I just believe that from the moment that somebody gives you an opportunity, everybody should jump in, because the best way to learn public speaking is the same as when you're learning how to swim. How do you learn swimming? You don't read a book. You don't do a course how to do it. You just jump in a swimming pool. And you do the same. The best way to learn public speaking is jump on a stage when somebody gives you the opportunity. And I thought, that's it. Now, put it into the chat if you are resonating with this, where maybe you are in that category of group of people where you don't want to do it, you feel you're not ready. Is any woman in this group who never have done a public speaking before? Maybe it's kind of crossing your mind, but it makes you get frozen and it gets you feel terrified, and you always keep pushing it and delaying it, postponing it because you are not ready. Is any woman who is feeling that I am not ready? Please put it in the chat and say, I am like Dr. Seema. I am a Dr. Seema, because she didn't know that she can speak until she came on that stage and that opportunity that we gave her. So that is one category. Then the other category is women who know how to speak because they learned that this microphone is gold and they are absolutely ready for it. But the problem is nobody is giving them the mic. Anybody who resonates with that, who is a public speaker and is looking for more public speaking opportunities? Put it into the comment. If you already feel confident enough. You don't need to be great. You don't need to be a top rock star. You just feel confident enough that if somebody would invite you to speak, would you be ready to speak? Let's see where we are into these two categories. So women who, no, I am not ready. I'm not doing it. And women say, oh yes, just give me the mic. Just give me the mic. Give me the stage. Try me. Put me out there, and I can absolutely move the audience. I can inspire everybody, and I can show you what I'm capable of. So let's see where we are in this group, like women who are not ready and women who are looking for a mic. Now, in both cases, Global Woman is the right place for you, for both categories, because at some point when I noticed that I was really pushing women, and some women like Dr. Seema, would take advantage, would use the opportunity and just move on and go and never stop again. But some women that I didn't realize that they were in the room, they would go at the back of the room when we started doing lots of events, and then we started doing masterminds all around the world. We started doing like 300 events per year. It was insane. It was like we started opening new chapters of the Global Women Club, training the members to become a director, and then training the directors to become a leader, and helping them to grow and expand the community in their cities, in their areas. And we started just growing massively. And in this journey, I learned one big thing. Yes, maybe we are the biggest organization in the world producing public speakers, women, female speakers. Because from the moment that a woman would come to a Global Women Club, they would know that they are going to get a mic. And we have helped at least, I would say 100,000 women to jump into a stage and try if they never tried again, but also build the confidence and grow massively as a public speaker. But I noticed that there are also other women. They never came again because they were so scared and they didn't want to come on stage. There was a woman here, I saw her video earlier today, and she shared a video with such a confidence. And I just had a big smile in my face because I remember that was, I think, in 2019 when I met her for first time. And I was stubborn. She didn't want to speak. And I said, yes, you can. I said, no. She was literally crying. I saw tears in her eyes, but I thought like they are tears of joy. I didn't understand her. She was fainting in my arms, literally fainting, because she really genuinely didn't want to speak. And I pushed her. I forced her. I said, yes, you can. I felt so bad later because at the end she didn't speak. I said, because we came a group of us and we hugged her and we supported her and then I realized I did a big mistake. I can't push women that much because sometimes I just go, I mean, who knows me? Please put it into the comment if I have done that with you, and I apologize. It just comes from a place of love and from a place of big faith and from a place of belief that if I have done it, everybody can do it. Because when I moved to this country, you could see every single time I would say, sorry for my English. I'm sorry for my English. Sorry. Anybody who has been in that place before? Is anybody that English is not first language in this group? Please put it in here. Sorry for my English. Can we just have it hashtag sorry for my English? Because this is going to be the last time that you're going to say it. And you know what happened? I kept saying that. I was absolutely lacking confidence and lacking self-esteem. Not only when I would try to take a mic, but everywhere I would say sorry for my English. Until one moment there was an English woman who now is one of my best friends. She saw me saying it again and again and again. And she took me like, come here, come here, come here. And I said, yes, what have I done? I said, you never ever say that again. Your English is good enough. She put me in a corner and somehow she empowered me that much. So she gave me the permission to believe that my English is good enough. For some reasons, I never said it again. Somehow she unlocked something. She unblocked something. She just released the permission for myself to believe that I'm okay. I don't need to say sorry. And when I started sharing this story, that I remember in a big conference, I was trying to encourage women to just release the fear of public speaking. And I said, please, can you just stop saying sorry for anything? And there was a woman from Japan. She came up and she said, I'm going to take the mic. I feel empowered today because in Japan also we have the expression, sorry, I exist. Can you believe it? Women come from that culture, that history, that long journey where we were feeling sorry I exist, sorry I'm occupying your space, sorry I'm taking your light, sorry I'm being too smart, sorry maybe I'm speaking too much, sorry I'm getting too much shiny, sorry I'm dressing up too much, sorry for my lipstick, sorry for my hair, sorry for my dress up. No, stop saying sorry. Now, can we say hashtag no sorry? Hashtag no sorry. You do not need to say sorry for nothing. Even if you come on stage and you screw up and you mess up, you do not need to say anybody sorry. You don't need to apologize. Now, we have a lovely lady. I will share her story later because we were absolutely accidentally listening her story. I didn't know anything about it until she started telling the story that we did exactly what we did with Sima, we did with her. Her name is Dorina. I don't know if Dorina is in the room right now, but that happened just a few months ago. I think 6 months ago. We just pushed her on stage. I said, Dorina, you won the raffle. You're coming to speak in Zurich. And she said, really? I'm not sure. I said, yes, you are. I said, I'm sorry. I said, no, we don't accept that. You have won. If you won the prize, that means that you are meant to be there. Somehow we hypnotized her and we put her and we committed her to come from Brussels to Zurich. Now, I find Dorina in toilet. She was rehearsing her speech. I thought it's fine. She looked beautiful. She looked gorgeous, dressed up. She's always presentable. And to me, it was like normal. And I said, you ready? She said, no. I said, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not ready. I said, Dorina, yes, you are. I don't remember exactly what kind of conversation we had in toilet together, but not coming on stage was not an option. I said, Dorina, that's not an option. You have traveled from Brussels. You are here. I can see you're ready. You're just coming on stage. Forget about your speech. Forget about your script. Just speak from your heart. And she did it. And I'm going to share her story later in the group. You will be absolutely astonished. And if you ever happen to see Dorina on stage, you would think that she is a public speaker trainer. And if you ever need some help and support in public speaking, you can go and ask Dorina that 6 months ago, she couldn't jump on stage to speak. Now, put it into the chat and say, I am a Dorina if you're feeling like that. Okay? I want to see how the story is repeating itself. Okay? Now, let's come on the real topic. So today, as we understand, public speaking is very, very important. I'm going to cover 2 parts of it. What are the benefits? And how can we get to the public speaking? Put it into the comment if you'd like to know about it. Okay? And before I get started to show the benefits of it, because I think you already know, I want to see if you already can give some suggestions. So if I ask you, what is the benefit of public speaking? What would you say? What is it? Why are we calling for public speakers? Why are we always repeating how important it is for women to take the mic? Why? Why women should start absolutely claiming the mic. Not just saying, yeah, I want to be a public speaker. You first need to understand that there is an opportunity out there, which is a microphone. You have to be able to recognize the opportunity. Then you have to be able to believe that this microphone is called power. This microphone was on the hands of men for a long, long time. Women didn't have the chance to have this microphone because the microphone is equal power. The microphone gives power. Do we agree or not? Say yes if you are agreeing that this is our gold, my ladies. On top of everything, if you want to become an influencer, this is your gold. This is your key. This is going to open all the doors towards your success, for your business, for opportunities, for growth, for expansion, for confidence. What else can the microphone give to a woman? Everything. So let's take six. I'm going to cover 6 steps so you can understand that if you just think about these 6 steps, 2026 number 1 goal is going to be, how do I get more microphones? How do I make sure that 2026 is going to position me as an international public speaker? So number 1 benefit is positioning. One of the reasons why women are not getting the maximum in their business as they try to grow and expand and scale is because of positioning. They do not have a chance to position themselves as an expert, as an authority, with credibility, because that positioning, it takes a message, it takes an audience, it takes articulation. You need to speak, you need to be able to express yourself. And in order for you to do that, you need a microphone. And once you get the microphone gives you the opportunity to position yourself as an expert. Okay? Number 2, clarity. How many times you hear that women are lacking clarity, or whoever is trying to build a business, or wherever, in what stage of your business you are right now. Maybe you are a startup, maybe you've been doing business for a while, maybe you've been in business for a long time, but as I mentioned yesterday, it worked. Many businesses have come so far because the strategy before, it was completely different. And in today's world with AI and technology, the strategy is only one: visibility, exposure, personal branding, connections. So you have to put yourself out there. And as a result of that, you need to be able to have clarity. Lack of clarity, it means it's lack of business. It means lack of cash flow, lack of clients, lack of growth, lack of expansion. So that without clarity, you can't go anywhere. And I hear this all the time. So put it into the chat, who is a coach or a mentor? And if you have heard many of your clients coming to you because they are lacking that clarity, or if you yourself, you are still looking to make your picture in your head clearer, because in order for you to go to the next level, that means that your clarity needs to go next level. You have to start seeing better. You have to start seeing clearer, and you have to have a bigger picture. And that the bigger the picture goes, the bigger the power of your clarity needs to grow. And many times people wait for the clarity to come so then they can go and communicate. It's not that way. The best way for you to learn to get the clarity is to start speaking. From the moment that I get women on stage and they tell me, I don't know what to say, because they never done it before, they never tried before, maybe they've been running a business, they are a little bit of lost or confused, or because it's, as I always say, every woman who is out there attending a course or a training or a challenge or a seminar or a conference or a coaching, that means that already is an awakened woman. What does it mean, an awakened woman? An awakened woman is somebody who has the ability to desire more. And when you start desiring more, what you do, when you want something, you go and search for it. So every woman that I meet, they are searching for something. You are searching for something. I am searching for something. From the moment that you stop searching, that means that you are not growing. You are absolutely stagnating. And because you are here now, that means that you are searching for something. And when you're searching for something, the clarity doesn't come you sitting there. Even when you say, I'm going to meditate and see if I get clarity. No, it will be a very tiny little bit of space of picture in your head. The biggest picture comes when you start taking actions, when you start articulating, when you start learning the power of words, the power of language, because your thoughts become words. Your words become language. Your language becomes a behavior. Your behavior becomes a pattern, and your patterns become a value, and we take actions based on our values. If we don't believe on something, we don't take actions. We have to have enough the power of faith and belief to make us move ourselves, to make us do something. If we don't believe in it, do we move? No. Put it into the chat if you believe that you need to have a heat of your faith strong enough in order for you to move the needle. And how do you get that? Sometimes it's like the question is the chicken or the egg? Sometimes you have to be both. Because that clarity, it will come when you start bubbling. You come and say, I don't know what to say. Try. And you say, I'm not sure. Hi. Many times when we would bring women on stage and they would say, hi, I love Global Woman. I love you ladies. And I love Mirela. And they would leave. That's it. That would be their speech. Therefore, many times we have lots of recordings. Women for the very first time would just came and say one sentence, hi, I love you. And they would leave. But then they would watch other women. And then they would feel full of adrenaline. They would go back of the room. There have been many women who would come back to me the very same day. Can I try it again? Because I think I could do better. And we would give them a second chance in the very same day. And they would come back again in the very same day. The very same woman would deliver a complete different articulation. And they would say, hi, ladies, I am this, or I do this, I present this, this is my story, this is my calling. And many times when women would come to me and would say, I don't know what to say. And said, do you have a business? Well, I just started. I'm not sure. I said, do you have a story? Yeah, but who cares about my story? Now, put it into the chat if you believe in the power of your story. If you don't know what to say, yes, you have a story. That story is unique. Nobody can repeat that. Nobody can copy that. And that is the essence of it. So never, ever underestimate what are you able to do. And the clarity will come only when you start moving and when you start talking, because in a very short time, you'll see that you'll start seeing things that you haven't been able to see before. You'll start sharing with confidence. And it's not because you did a course or you did a training or you did a coaching. It's because you have released the ability and the resources and the talent and the capacity that you have deep inside you, and you have activated that superpower in a space that feels safe for you. When you come and you start learning public speaking by doing, in a safe space, in a community of women who believe in you, who cheer you up, who elevate you, who clap for you, who tell you that you did great, I am telling you, there is nothing more powerful than that. And this is when you start believing in your clarity. And this is when all the fog starts moving and all the clouds start leaving, because you feel that you have come to your real world. You have come where you belong. You feel seen. You feel valued. You feel worth. You feel you have discovered your calling. You have a breakthrough. And there is nothing more powerful than a mic that can give you the breakthrough. The biggest breakthroughs I have experienced by seeing women on stage. So if you never have done public speaking before, please, please, please try us. You'll be amazed how much you can do. And that's why we have created a model now, which we give women time. Before, I would just go Albanian style. I would just say, yes, you can do it. And maybe you have heard me. One of the biggest things is people remember me wherever I go around the world. And I have spoken in hundreds of stages, and I have from starting with, sorry for my English, and bubbling and shaking and sweating, and yes, I've been there, and we all have been there. I can't believe what is possible in such a short time. I saw myself in a journey of 4 or 5 years, speaking in front of thousands of people, even in front of 11,000 people with Nick Vujicic in Texas, speaking on stage with Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, Elena Cardone, Jack Canfield, and Les Brown, and big icons, big names, Deepak Chopra. Any top guru that you imagine today in the world of public speaking, I've been able to share the stage with them. I've been able to be invited on big family offices, investors forum, Forbes Summit, TEDx, National Achievers Congress, big events, thousands of people. And I'm telling you, if I have been able to do that, everybody can do it. And there is nothing more than public speaking that has helped me to build my influence and to build my brand. Thanks to public speaking, I grew the Global Woman Club. I grew the personal branding. I grew my social media. I've been able to be also featured in big media outlets like the Forbes front cover, the Sun, the Guardian, and a lot of other publications, BBC Women's Hour, or London Life, and Sky TV. So why I mention that is because from the moment that you put yourself out there and you position yourself as an authority, your business moves to the next level. And if you're running a business, you have to start by taking a microphone. Now, another benefit, a big benefit of the microphone is trust. From the moment that you put yourself on a stage and people see you and listen to your story, and you are able to share your expertise, you're able to share your knowledge, you stand out. So people trust you more. Put it into the chat, into the comment, if you have experienced that. It doesn't matter. It can be a small audience, a small room, or a big room. From the moment that you get the microphone, you realize that you have built a very special relationship with people. It's very different from anybody else in the room. You are now positioning yourself as an expert, and people come to you. So that trust is very important in business. Without building that bridge between you and the potential customer, you can't go anywhere. So another big benefit is it helps you to expand your reach. Who here wants to expand the audience and the reach? Who wants to reach thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions? Who wants to reach that? Who has that calling and that dream and that vision that you are here for a reason? You want to reach millions of people. Now, if there is a way to reach these people, that is public speaking. That is another big benefit. Now, number 5. So we have mentioned so far, number 1, positioning. Number 2, clarity. Number 3, trust. And number 4, expanding to reach a big audience. And number 5, it opens you doors and opportunities. From the moment that you jump on a stage, somebody will always be in the room. Is anybody here who can maybe share a little bit in the comment if you experience that? Because let's say you are in a room of 100 people, 200 people, and then you are the speaker. Somebody happens to be in the room and say, oh, I really loved your story. I loved your speech. You're really good. Can I invite you to run a workshop? Or can I hire you as a coach? Or can I invite you to this TEDx? Or can I invite you to my podcast? Or I would love to nominate you for an award. Many doors will open for you. People want to collaborate. People want to connect. People want to do brainstorming with you, or joint ventures, or potential connections for a venture, new business. You have no idea many opportunities and doors can public speaking open for you? Because if you don't speak, how do people know that you are there? How do people know what you're standing for? And number 6 is something that we are here. It really helps you to grow your influence. It helps you to turn your message into an impact. Put it into the chat, into the comment, if you really care about your message, if you really care about impact, if you really believe that you are here because you want to create positive impact into the world. How are you going to do that? Take a microphone. This is it. There is nothing more powerful than you taking a microphone and helping people to reach you, because it's not their job to discover you. It's your job to put yourself out there, to start articulating your message, to start getting the clarity in your head, and start conveying a very simple way of how people can connect with you. How can you help them and how can you impact them? Now, very briefly, I want to share with you how to get there. So we covered quite a bit of benefits, stories, real life examples, opportunities that we can gain with the microphone. Now, ask me how. How can we get more? Now, let me ask you, do you really want public speaking? Do you really believe now that the microphone is the way? And do you really want to get the opportunities to go on stage? Is anybody here who would like that? Put it into the comment who is ready. Who wants more opportunities in public speaking? And who is looking for, because I've been reading some of your comments and stories and messages like, yes, but how do we get there? Yes, but it's not easy. Put it into the chat if you think that you have tried, but it's not easy. It's really hard to get noticed. It's really hard to get the spotlight. And I understand that. Honestly, even now where I have I've had the most powerful branding association with the most biggest icons, gurus in the world, as I mentioned, all the top names that are today in the 1% of public speaking, I've been able to work with them. I've been able to share the stage with them, and I've been able to really have good collaboration and partnerships with them. And even though I've been really fortunate to create that consistency of visibility and exposure everywhere in media, in social media, in awards or podcasting or anything that has to do on when it comes to raising the personal branding, I've been able to experience that every single day. But I still see many times it's difficult, even for me, if I want something. Let's say, let me give you an example. If I'm going to a city to do something, let's say I'm going in Dubai, and then I ask my PA, okay, can you go and check if there is something happening in Dubai, if there is another conference or another summit or another event, because I'm going in Dubai, but I want to see how do I maximize my time. Even in the status that I am now, and with the experience and the whole background that I have created now for over a decade, if I do not find a way of personal connection, it's really hard to get on a stage. And I feel you, I hear you, because stage is like hot bread now. And those who understand the power of the stage, they understand that stage means power and stage means money. And when I started Global Woman, these are the two problems that I wanted to solve. Help women build their confidence and make their own money. Now, I know if I bring a woman on stage, I am speeding up, I'm fasting her way to be confident and to make her own money. And there is nothing more than seeing a woman empowerment through the stage and confidence and financial freedom. There is nothing more to give me joy than that. So, but in the same time, because it's such a big demand, huge demand, especially when women come to Global Women, they realize the benefits of public speaking. They are all the time searching for opportunities on finding a stage or a TEDx or a summit or a conference or a retreat or a training. And there are lots of opportunities out there, but the demand is bigger. And let me give you some tips. First, it's very important that you know what is your topic. If somebody would come to me and say, I want to speak for your summit, for example, once a year, I open the stage for public speakers. Once a year, we do a call. We're looking for public speakers, especially for female speakers. And we get last year, we got thousands of women applying to be a public speaker, to speak at the Global Women Summit. Now, I don't have a space for all of them. So, of course, we will have to go through an interview and find out who they are, what they do, what is the value. Because at the end of the day, it has to be a shared exchange value. If there is not an exchange value, nobody is going to hire you as a public speaker only because you are a great speaker. Just let's make it clear. I believe in this group right now, there are some incredible female speakers. Incredible. And I must say, many times when we have interviewed women for the Global Women Summit and they applied to be speaking there, it was really hard to decide because there were so many. And again, the case here is not that I'm a great speaker, you should have me. There are many great speakers there. Many. Now, what makes you stand out? Exchange value. You always have to make sure that you are adding the value that the organizer is looking for, not the value that you think you're looking for. Ask the organizer, what are you looking for? What is it missing? Because there is always something. No matter how big the company can be or the organization can be, everybody needs some help, some kind of help that maybe you can spot, that you can support. And the help can be, I can help you bring more people to the summit. I can help you to find a sponsor. Find what are the challenges of putting an event together. And do not expect that they owe you a speech slot only because you are a great speaker. I have experienced that myself. I'm speaking from my heart. Please do not take it hard when somebody doesn't give you the speaking opportunities. Now, I'm talking here for the category of women who are confident in public speaking, but they do not have a stage. And they are not finding the stages as they deserve. So in one side, if you are a woman who do not have the experience in public speaking, just find Annie, wherever it is. So say yes to Annie, even if you're speaking in front of 2 people, in front of 5 people, in front of 10 people, in front of a Zoom call, anything, any opportunity until you build your confidence. So for those who do not have the confidence in public speaking, for you it's easier. You can find a way in a very small, tiny, non-paid, because in this case, in fact, you are using the opportunity to build your confidence to be a public speaker. But now I'm speaking about those who have the confidence in public speaking, who have a huge knowledge, who has great background, who can add great big deal of value, but they want opportunities. Now, the opportunities in this case need to be aligned with the company or the organization or the organizer who is providing the stage for you. You need to have a call or have a list of questions that you ask the organizer, what they are looking for, what are their challenges, what are their needs, what is something that you can do to help. So when you are looking to jump onto that stage, don't go like, oh, I'm a great speaker, I've done that, I've done this, and you should take me and I can do this. There are lots like you. I'm sorry, I have to be ruthless on that, because when I am talking with an organizer and I want to jump on a stage, I don't go like, I'm Mirela Sula, I am this, and I've spoken with this. No, I said, darling, what can I do to help? I know what it takes to run an event. It's hard. And if you have tried, you know what I mean. It's hard. And the very first year or two, I never been able to make any money with the events because it's such a big cost, especially if you want to do a good event. Our Global Women Summit is the best of the best of the best. When women come to the Global Women Summit, they don't want to leave. They just experience the most incredible emotional bonding with other women and knowledge and it's really, I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to be biased, but those, by the way, who has been at the Global Women Summit, put it into the comment. Yes, you have been there, and tell me if I am telling you the truth. Now, if you really want to jump on that stage or any stage, find out what the organizer needs. What are the challenges? What are the things that this organizer really needs support? Go there with the support and be genuine. Don't ask, what can I do to help you? And then you do not really respond to that question. And if you are, I've done that before. And because of that, I can jump in any stage because it just takes me 5 minutes to understand what is the biggest need that event organizers has. And I would jump in and I say, I can help with that. And I know that I'm going to get the slot. And I don't go like I am a big speaker and I'm this. That is number one. And number two is, what is the topic? Because many times women will say, oh, this is my topic. I say, yeah, but darling, our Global Women Summit is focused mainly on health and wealth. Day one is about health and wellness. Day two is about business and wealth and money and investment. So can you cover any of these topics? And if you, for example, if you are a coach, you can always prepare with 2 or 3 different topics. You always are focusing on your niche, but make sure that you have always something as a backup. And you can say, I can speak on that topic. I can see your day 2 is about health, about wealth and business. I'm a business coach. I can talk about leadership. I can talk about strategies. I can talk about sales. I can talk about marketing, whatever. So always know your topic. You can't just say, yeah, I can talk about anything. You just show confidence on what you stand for and what is your level of expertise. And next is use your story. And when you start sharing your story, people will remember you. For example, if you're speaking in a small room, and jumping in a small room is always easy. Or talking here for next level, where who wants to go like really international, global leader, global speaker, to speak in front of hundreds of people. This is what I'm talking about. To speak in front of 30 people, 50 people, you can come and speak at Global Women Masterminds and networking events all the time. All the time. We do just in January, we're going to do 10 events. And you can just come and test the water if you never tried. Now, what happens, and I've seen this happening all the time, you start small. You think big, but you start small. By coming to speak in a small event and sharing your story, people will remember you for your story. Do not use, if somebody gives the opportunity to speak 2 minutes or 5 minutes, do not try to teach and preach because people will forget about it. Try to connect them with you. Connection is very, very important. And how do people connect with you? Be able to, in that 2 minutes, to tell a little bit of your story. This is where I was, this is where I am, and what I did to fill this gap is 1, 2, 3. Always have in your mind 2 or 3 steps. And if you have 2 or 3 bullet points, these 3 bullet points will cover you, will save you, no matter where you are, ready or not ready, you always will be able to jump in and to cover these 3 bullet points in any speech, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and combine them with your story. That will make you memorable in the room, and somebody will always happen to be in the room, will say, I love that. I'm hosting a conference, or a friend of mine is looking for a speaker, or somebody who is not in the room is exactly what is looking for. So you never know where it's coming from. And then the next one is speak with clarity. We're talking about the clarity. When you come to the Global Women Club, for example, it gives you the opportunity to practice, because everything is repeat, repeat, repeat. Who believes in the power of repetition? It's all about repetition. How did I become a master of public speaking? You put me anywhere. It's because I've been speaking all day long. I speak. You just put me in any stage. I can speak about anything. It's because of repetition. It's about because of practice, rehearse, repeat. So you have to be able to practice this all the time. You can't just say I'm a public speaker and maybe you have done just 2 or 3 public speaking a year. That doesn't make you a public speaker, because you will disconnect with your core message, but also you will disconnect with your core audience and followers. You have to create some kind of consistency. That's why Global Women Club, it gives you really great opportunity, because no matter where you are, especially if you're in business, do not be scared or afraid that, oh, but I don't have the time, I don't have the money. Because if you master this microphone, you can take money out of this anytime. From the moment that you create that clarity, you have a message and you connect with the people, there will always be people in the room who do not have the confidence that you have, who do not have the knowledge that you have, and you don't need to know everything. You don't need to be the best of the best. You just need to know a little bit more than your potential customer. Put it into the chat if this is empowering you enough to believe and starting charging right now and having a price in your value and having a value in your mind and feeling that you are worth enough to start charging for your knowledge, because you do not need to teach everybody. You just need to teach somebody who doesn't know what you know. And there are always people who do not know what you know. Of course, there will be always people who know way more than you. Absolutely. Lots of these people, but these are not your customers. You're not speaking to them. You're speaking to those who do not have your knowledge. And not everybody is going to work with Tony Robbins. Not everybody is going to work with top gurus. Some people, they have more confidence to come and work with you that you have just started and say, can you just show me how did you come from step 1 to step 5? I'm not ready to go to steps 20 yet, but at least you can help me to come to the step 2. That's it. So this also will help you to get the clarity. And once you get the clarity, it will help you to move to the next level. The next one, public speaking, it will help you to create a vision. And here is another, if I would say, a tip. Always speak about your vision, because the world is craving about visionaries. And when they see that you are thinking far, you're thinking ahead, they will put trust in you. They will believe in you, because people will not put the money or the work or the time or the energy to become your clients if they don't see that you have a vision to go far. Because they want, as Robert Kiyosaki says, and this is the biggest advice I would never learn from somebody or share, is like, you never seek advice from somebody whose life is more messed up than yours. So people are looking to work with you with the idea that you know a little bit more than them, and you are a visionary. You are thinking ahead. You're going somewhere, and they want to work with you. They want to walk with you. They want to be in the same journey. They want a piece of it. They want to be part of it. So when you share a big vision, people will buy into your vision. So always have a vision. And if you're a member, we have lots of coaching and mentoring and courses and trainings that we speak about how to connect your purpose with your vision, how to create goals, how to be accountable, how to be reliable, how to be consistent. These are very little soft skills that every leader needs to learn. But the best way to learn that is when you use public speaking. Okay? So put it into the chat, into the comment, if you already have a vision, and if you are working in your vision, and if you want people to believe in your vision. Yes or no? Excellent. And one more thing is something that I keep telling everybody, and something that I see is the biggest blockage why people don't jump into the public speaking. You know what it is? Start where you are. It doesn't matter, because if you wait until you're great, that's not going to happen. That's never is going to come. You do not need to go and do another course or another training, another degree, another diploma, and I'm not good enough. Start where you are. This is the beauty of public speaking. In order for you to become a public speaker, you don't need a university degree. You don't need anything, literally nothing. You don't need a business. You don't need absolutely nothing. All you need is start where you are. As I would drag women on stage and I would force them to come and say, okay, if you don't know what to say, tell us your story. What is your story? Do you have a story? I say, yeah, I have a story. And then there would be some women challenging me and said, yeah, but who cares about my story? Yeah, but I'm not sure my story is good enough. Well, you don't know until you start sharing. Leave it to us to judge it. So put it into the chat. Do you have a story? Do you think your story has power? Do you think your story can inspire others? Do you think your story can be such a great asset and a value for other women? There is nothing more powerful than a story. Nothing more. And now let me tell you one more big, massive benefit of you telling the story. The story is very powerful when you share it on stage, but if you start sharing these stories on social media, I'm telling you, you'll go viral. Have you realized one of the biggest trends in social media and the most successful posts and sharings are when people share their stories? Now, the question is, yeah, but I'm not confident to share. And many times, many women would come to me and say, how much can I share? Is anybody who is maybe keeping this question in the back of their mind in the group? Is anybody in the group thinking like, yeah, but I'm not sure I want to share my story? Is anybody hesitating to share your story? I've been there. I didn't want to share my story. I felt terrified. I felt like I don't want anybody to know anything. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. I felt guilty. I felt like I've done something bad because I was, first of all, I didn't want anybody to know I'm Albanian. I didn't want people to know I am an immigrant. I didn't want people to know I'm a single mother. I didn't want people to know I'm divorced. I didn't want people to know I was poor. I didn't want people to know I was struggling. And in fact, this is exactly what people want to know. This is how people connect with you. And I've been hiding this all the time. All the time. I didn't want anything to share. Until I've shared this story before, I was invited to speak. I had just started practicing pieces of my public speaking, like small stages. And for some reasons, once I put myself out there, in a year, I had such a great response. Even though I was saying sorry for my story, I ended in 2014. So I started speaking. I moved to London end of 2013, the 12th. And in 2013, I just started a little bit. In 2014, I jumped first time into trying to be a public speaker. And that very same year, I was invited to speak in China in front of 700 people. And it was all sponsored, everything. And I've seen opportunities of public speaking like life-changing, really life-changing events. And there was a moment where I was invited to speak in LA. And I prepared my speech. So I was putting some slides and some bullet points and some beautiful colors in the PowerPoint presentation, but nothing about my story. And I was invited to speak in LA, but the lady who spoke before me, it was a great, massive conference, and the lady who spoke before me, she came with bodyguards. She just jumped on stage telling everybody, I just landed my private jet and there are my team, my bodyguards, and I was supposed to speak after her. I never ever have experienced such an imposter syndrome. I felt very little. I felt really introverted, in my corner, impossible to open my mouth. And when they called my name and I jumped on that stage, I didn't want to be there. I felt like, oh my God, what do I do? So people could notice that something was wrong with me. And it took me just maybe 1 minute or so, because I'm very spiritual, even though I don't talk much about it. But the members who meet me every week, they see that everything that I have built based on a higher connection with myself. We have 2 more minutes. And just to finalize this story. And I kind of called my abracadabra. I closed my eyes and I have a big mantra, a big affirmation that I've been saying for over a decade. And I start talking to my higher self, and I knew it would not let me down. And there was one moment I opened my eyes and people were looking weird. They said, what is she doing? And I said, guys, after this speaker, I don't think I have anything to say, because I have just started. I don't have a business. I don't have something like this. I prepared some slides, but I don't think you need these. But I have to speak. I'm here now. So is it okay I tell a little bit of my story? Because this is exactly what I downloaded and I activated as a response to my affirmation. And they were looking at me. The first 5 minutes, I had lost everybody. They were absolutely disconnected. Maybe after 10 minutes, I started seeing some people like, oh, okay. In about 15 minutes, I started seeing people crying and getting their napkins and looking at me like, oh my God, her story. So at the end, everybody stood up and was clapping. So while we're doing like people coming to meet and coming to do photos, and it was a huge success. And let me tell you why. Because at the end, I saw a couple waiting, and they came to me and they said, how long are you in LA? And said, yeah, I'm a few more days. Said, are you here? Sorry, somebody's trying to call. Are you here tomorrow? We want to take you for lunch in downtown. So can we have lunch together? And I said, yeah. And I see their card, and they are the second biggest publishers in the US. They are the biggest publishers, book publishers in LA. So I go and meet them next day, and I ask them this question. I say, first of all, thank you so much. It's absolutely a great honor to spend this time with you. And they've started praising, so your story is so moving, it's so amazing. We want to publish your book. And I said, can I ask you a question? Because when they gave me the card, I said, we really love your story. We want to publish your book. And I asked them this question. I said, why me? There were so many speakers. Why do you think my story could go in your book? You know what they told me? They said, you remember you mentioned that speaker that was just before you. We know her very well because we know her parents. We grew up with them. And we have seen her in her journey. You know how much she would be able to pay just to have a tiny little bit of your story? Bless her, she tries to make it up. It's not her fault. She's raised with a golden spoon. It's not her fault. But she would pay millions just to have a little bit of your story. That was the very first time that I was so grateful to my story. I was so grateful to my stepfather who abused me, who every single challenge that I was going through, my marriage, through my divorce as an immigrant, when I lost my daughter, when I went through the grief, when I was a cleaner, every single bit of my journey had been turned into an asset. Because I could see that people who do not have these assets are not in sale. They can't buy it. So no matter what you've been going through, my darling, the biggest asset of your journey as a public speaker is your story. Do not hesitate to share it. It is in your mind as a myth. If you are stuck in the belief, in that limited belief, thinking that I can't share it, people will judge me, people will be ashamed, or people will criticize. Get out of that. Start sharing little by little. I'm not saying share everything. Just start sharing little by little, because from that moment, I started sharing my story. It moved me to the next level. Because people relate to you when you tell that you are human and you have been in that journey and you have taken yourself into that transformation, and you can do the same for them. If you do not relate with them, they're not going to believe in you. People want to connect with real people, not with perfect people. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to master everything. All you need is to have confidence, to have a vision, to have a great story, to articulate it, to show that you can do the same, helping others, and that will guide you to the right direction. So I hope this will inspire you to start sharing your story, and this is exactly what I want you to do. I want to encourage you. The next exercise and homework for you will be, think about your story. How much can you share from your story? Don't stretch yourself if you're not prepared, because sometimes sharing your story, it takes guts, it takes courage. It's a healing journey. It's a healing process. When you start sharing your story, you realize that, in fact, it's not the story itself, it's the way you articulate, the way you share. Because now that I'm sharing the same story, I can understand that, in fact, you can change your past as well. People say, yeah, you can't change your past, but you can change your future. You can change your past because everything is an interpretation. And the way you interpret your story is going to empower you. And if you take ownership of your story, if you take charge and responsibility for every single step of your journey, and you create the scenario and the script, and you are the producer, and you articulate and take charge of that, that story is going to be your biggest asset. So I want to challenge you, find a story, but because I'm a psychologist, I don't want to stretch you to share something that you're not ready. But because maybe you're here for a reason. Maybe you are meant to be here. And maybe sharing your story today for the very first time is the beginning of a new healing journey. And I want to challenge you for that. Put it into the comment right now if you are ready, if you're going to do that. Put it into the comment, are you ready? Are you ready to share your story? I want you can decide to share your story with a picture or with a writing style, whatever you decide. Ideally with a video is even better. I want to challenge you. If you can learn how to speak with your phone, what did I say yesterday? That is the biggest skill that you can learn from this challenge, these 5 days. Get your phone and speak with your phone. Record yourself and start speaking about your story. And if you're doing a video, try to keep it 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes, not long, because people will lose their patience. And ideally, 1 or 2 minute videos are the best length that you can use when you want to really people listen to you. And I'm going to see if I have the winners. Now, the winners for the next prize are Sally Berg. Yes. Is Sally in the room? Sally Berg is the first winner. Congratulations, my darling. You have definitely done something wrong because the team has chosen you. Maybe you have definitely shared something amazing. So congratulations. And the next winner is Asta Jacobson. Asta Jacobson. Wonderful. Congratulations, Asta. Great job. And the next winner is Teuta Toller. Teuta Toller. Now, because you have been active, you have been engaging, you have been inspiring, the prize for all of you, my darling, is the team will reach out to you and our journalist is going to share your story in the magazine. So you can pick. We have 4 magazines that we're going to introduce you with, and we are going to share your story in the magazine. So the team will contact you. Congratulations. Now you have another homework to share your story, but also to engage. Sharing a great story and leave, that's not enough. We are not expecting that. We're expecting here a community engagement. What makes a community, tomorrow we'll speak about the community. What makes a community is not just a group of people, it's shared values, shared support, and engagement. And be there for each other. So engage with each other and comment to each other and encourage each other and be there to uplift each other, because this is another big step when it comes for you to support you and your journey, but also you have a bigger cause that goes bigger than you to go and help others. So thank you so much. I'm going to jump into the VIP room. I think it's open now, and the team have been starting the VIP Zoom session. By the way, we have done one session yesterday. If somebody wants to jump in the VIP room, you can still buy a VIP ticket today, because you will have access to all the recordings. You will have lifetime access to the recordings, and you'll be able to ask a question in the room, and I'm going to deliver a few more steps, what it takes for you to become an international public speaker. So if you still want to be a part of the VIP room, you're still on time. You can go and find the link of the upgrade your ticket into the description, or the team can share it with you. And I hope I will see you there. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And I can't wait to also welcome you to the Global Women Stages and see you as an influencer, as a public speaker, as a big leader, because you are here for a reason. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.